Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free, so don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. If you clicked on this video to hear a breakdown of Tory Lanez shooting video, I need you to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And to my spit squad, drop the word squad in the comments. Now, the thing y'all just heard was a video from a ring cam of Tory Lanez alleged shooting. Now, what ended up happening, you hear 3 shots, you hear a pause, and then you hear 2 more shots. Why is this important? It's important because it goes against the narrative that Megan Thee Stallion said Tory Lanez said dance B, and it also goes against the narrative of what the other guy said, that he saw the short guy shoot 3 times and then he saw 2 more shots. Now, his initial statement, and this is the guy who was supposed to be Tory Lanez's witness, was he saw the muzzle flash come from closer to the girl. They started wrestling. He saw her shoot 3 times in the air or something to that extent, and then he saw the 2 men start fighting her and 2 more shots went off. That's what he said. But then once he went and met with the prosecutor, he came on a stand and changed his story. So my thing has always been, maybe he's in the country illegally, or maybe he have some type of case going on. Maybe his son have a case. Something's going on where I believe they threatened that guy allegedly to change his statement. It's no reason for him to come the day of court and change his statement. Now, if you're the juror, or if you somebody watching from the outside, you'll say, oh, well, you know, maybe he just changed his statement because Tory Lanez tried to pay him off, even though it was no signs of Tory paying anyone off. And so while we have no ring camera from right there where they were, I believe that somebody could have paid those people off to get their footage or delete their camera. But this is also important because KELSEY Bodyguard, her personal bodyguard, he corroborates the exact same story in a sworn affidavit. And the tweet on Paula Anna, the rep, says, in the affidavit, the bodyguard says Kelsey Harris confessed to firing 3 shots into the air during the altercation. Tory then tried to de-escalate the situation by pushing her hand down, causing 2 more shots to fire accidentally. So why would that end up happening? In my personal effects, they were fighting. Everybody say that Kelsey was beating Megan up, but Megan is so big, she probably started to overpower her. So at some point, Kelsey started to see she was losing, allegedly ran to the car to even the stance, put 3 shots in the air to like kind of scare Megan off, keep Megan away from her. Tory probably was like, girl, what are you doing? Hopped out, tried to grab the gun from her, and it went off. Now, what is the problem with this? We just saw in Jonathan Major's case where the jury said, oh, well, he pushed her in the car too forcefully, and we can't prove that he didn't hurt her finger when he did that. So Tory Lanez could become in a situation where he's exonerated from a lot of things, but he still may end up being found guilty of shooting Megan Thee Stallion, because what the juror may say is, if he didn't intervene with Kelsey and push her hand down, the gun wouldn't have fired, and if the gun wouldn't have fired, Megan Thee Stallion wouldn't have been struck. So hopefully they don't do that, but that's one thing they can actually do. Now, Rep. Anna Paulina Luna also says, and this claims matches the ring camera audio from the night of the incident. So not only do they have a ring audio that makes the 1, 2, 3 shots, pause 2 shots, they have the bodyguard who's never heard or never seen the ring footage corroborate the same thing. So a lot of people may say, oh, why didn't the bodyguard come first? Why didn't he see? Well, after Tory got stabbed in jail and almost killed, as a black man, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is so crazy. Now at the beginning, you may not feel any sympathy for Tory. You working with Kelsey, you getting your money, Tory a millionaire, you see he in jail, he doing good, nobody bothering him, everything is cool. But then he ends up getting stabbed, and you like, man, I should have been said something. I can't believe, because at the end of the day, man, people just be wanting to keep their livelihood. So if you working for somebody and you getting paid, you should speak up, but a lot of times people don't, because they have to think about their family, they have to think about their bills, their lifestyle. They also have to think about possibly being blackballed, because a lot of times when securities and assistants and managers stand up and say something, the artists go, oh no, they were stealing money from me, that's why I got them from around me. It'd be so many lies that can be told, and if you're another celebrity, rather than figure out if they're a thief for real or if they did something for real, you just won't hire them. So and Republican Anna Paulina Luna says, there is no dance be heard, there is no admission from Tory, only the sound of a chaotic moment that now aligns with the new sworn's testament. So Tory will be coming home. I 100% believe that. But my biggest thing is that I want the people who lied, Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey Harris, to be held accountable. I don't want this to just be one of those things where Tory's free and now everything is over with, all is right. No. This can set a precedent for women lying on men. We just saw young Scooter get killed because somebody called the police on him. He ended up running, jumped over a fence punctured his leg, he died. And that would have never happened if the girl would have never called the police. But a lot of times, and I hate to say this, some women, when it comes to the court system, they get to spin the narrative and they get to function with immunity and do all types of crazy things and lie about things and let different things happen, and that put them in a bad position. Now, let me tell y'all another story of why all money isn't good money. Well, Megan Thee Stallion allegedly took money to perform at the Kamala Harris rally. Now, this put her on the radar of all of these other people, right? In the Republican spheres. And what ended up happening is everybody always thought that this story wasn't true and something was wrong with it. But they kind of just wrote it off, but they kept in mind that Megan Thee Stallion went against Donald Trump by supporting Kamala Harris. So what ended up happening at some point, Amber Rose came to Republican Luna with the information of how this may be a railroad, and she took a deeper look into it, and the more she looked into it, she figured that she may have been railroaded. So this is less about Megan Thee Stallion and less about Tory Lanez and more about them proving or trying to prove that Kamala Harris is corrupt, or saying that she deals with corrupt people. So when you look at it, Kamala Harris was a prosecutor in California at one time. So with Kamala Harris being a prosecutor in California, you can kind of think that maybe she has some ties to the prosecutors in California, especially by her being the vice president and running for president. People can be swayed by her. So it's a lot of things that you can look into, and you can't just say, oh, it's Rock Nation. But anyway, if Megan Thee Stallion wouldn't have played with this political game, she probably would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddlesome kids. If you're new to the channel and want more celebrity and hip hop content, hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the subscribe button, you're a part of the Spit Squad. So hit the like button and drop the word squad in the comments. And for any Tory Lanez videos you may have missed, go to the Tory Lanez playlist in the end screen. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair. If you into sneakers, you a sneakerhead, you love seeing the new Jordans, Pumas, whatever it may be, subscribe to Kicking It with Fairplay 2333. If you trying to follow me on my basketball journey, my weightlifting and fitness journey, and also be inspired to get back on your fitness journey, subscribe to Fairplay, Flex, and Fadeaway. Also, any of these pages I just named, you can also find them on TikTok or Instagram.